Hello, welcome, or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Taurus, wherever Taurus is for you. And as you can see, that there are 3 decks out here on the table. We're kind of playing with it. We're kind of seeing how it goes. But I bought, where's the other box? Here we go. I got the before tarot and I got the after tarot. And I just kind of wanted to see how a reading like this would go. The middle deck, I thought I had just like a regular Rider-Waite tarot deck, but I guess I don't. Like, I don't know where it went. But we're just going to use the Radiant Wise tarot, which is pretty much the regular like Rider-Waite tarot. It's just kind of like pumped up a little bit. And I don't know, like I love the images on it more. I don't know. But anyway, so the thought process, the plan around all of this is that we would kind of do like a recent past, a present, and the recent, or the near future, I should say. The before tarot is like the moments before the action or the whatever, depiction on the traditional tarot. The after tarot is obviously the moments after the energy on your traditional Rider-Waite tarot. And then, the traditional one we have for present energy. So anyway, like I hope that makes sense. You're only the second one that I'm doing this with. So we're learning together, but the Aries reading was really cool. So I think it's working out okay. So we just want one card from each of these decks, and then we will, of course, like get the bottom of the deck card once we kind of get through all of them. But let's see, what do we have for Taurus? Dang it, this deck. This deck has done that both times now. As if it's the deck's problem, it's definitely operator error, but just one card. I'm just taking that as a sign of it being excited. One card for Taurus. Recent past. We have the 2 of Swords for the recent past and current energy for Taurus. Present energy for Taurus. What is surrounding Taurus? Interesting. We have the 4 of Swords in the reverse. I don't shuffle reversals into my decks, but if they come out reversed, we keep them that way. And near future for Taurus. Ooh, the Ten of Pentacles. Well, everything's going to be all right. Every little thing is going to be all right. There's definitely like there's like a lot of like mental chatter going on, indecision. Also, too, like even just what like analysis paralysis or uncertainty was actually coming to mind too, but like uncertainty in the sense of like wanting to do the right thing, the right time, choose the right option. Like for whatever reason, there seems to be just a lot of like mental chatter, and Brene Brown calls that like the gremlins, the mental gremlins in our minds. Also, too, it could just be that like there's this exhaustion that is happening, and that could be what is causing you to be in a period of indecision, just not knowing what to do. It could also even be like stem from having to make a bunch of decisions, like just kind of having like one thing after the other. It's interesting because in the Two of Swords and the Before Tarot, like they are the ones that are putting the blindfold on themselves, right? Which, I mean, we really are our own, I don't want to say like worst enemy, but truly like, like we really do just create problems for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like this is coming from somebody who also creates problems for herself. And it's interesting. So, okay, the Two of Swords, they haven't even picked up the swords here yet. Like, right, they're tying on the blindfold. And it could even just be one of those things of like not wanting to have to make decisions. It could be, being in a period of avoidance. Also, even too, like, being a Taurus ruled by Venus, it's almost like in an effort to avoid having to make decisions, right? Like you could be overcompensating for that by splurging in some other area of your life or distracting yourself in some other area of your life. Also, too, like behind the person in the Two of Swords is this body of water. And water in tarot is about our emotions, how we feel about things, love. Also, too, I mean, how we're communicating our emotions, how we're communicating, how we're feeling. And I mean, obviously, like with swords, I don't even know if I said this already. So if I'm repeating myself, fast forward 10 seconds or so. But, swords have to do with our mind, our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindset, ego too, because that's generally where we tend to hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, hurts, traumas. It becomes our belief system. It becomes, the reasons why we do and don't do other things. It's the reasons why we project and we're triggered by specific things. And it's also the reasons why we would actively, willfully blindfold ourselves to where, and then get stuck in indecision. Also, too, this could also even be, this just dropped into my head, like as I was talking about that, it's almost like an any, miny, miny, mo type of thing. And again, like if it is just, like decision burnout or any type of burnout, really mental burnout, it's almost just like, if there are multiple options here, and if all of them seem like decent enough, it's almost just kind of like, again, any, meeny, miny, mowing them in order to just choose one. like that whole like spin a globe and just, wherever your finger lands, like that's where you're going to go type of thing, like instead of actually having to flipping a coin. Even for me, it's pendulums, but also like this group or this community that I'm involved in, they did a full moon thing whenever that was, and we made because I think, was it in Taurus? Yeah. So we made these coins, like a yes or no coin on like a piece of wood, which I thought was so cool. But literally, if I am like in a period of indecision, I'll just like toss this up in the air so that it flips around a bunch of times, I also I do have a couple pendulums over here. I have this pendulum board, that has a yes or no on it. Pendulum. And if that one is tired because I ask it too much, then there's this one. So you know what I mean? Right? Yes. So, yeah, if it's almost kind of like just not wanting to, I don't know, like either just not have the responsibility, not have to use a ton of brain capacity to make decisions. So it's literally just like, I'm just going to close my eyes and pick one. Which, again, right? Like, I don't blame you because I'm in the same position right now. Like, I'm literally just like, I'm just going to throw darts at, or whatever, throw noodles against a wall and see what sticks, because I don't really know what is the correct course of action. And for whatever reason, I don't know if this is like my own like personal arrogance. I'm not sure. But I don't really want to ask for other people's opinions, because I almost also even just kind of feel like that's going to add to my confusion, I guess. So I'm just kind of like at this place where I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to choose something and I'm just going to deal with whatever happens, like what it's going to go perfect or it's not. And like, either way, I am capable of handling both options, And then we have the Four of Swords in the reversed. I'm actually kind of curious about what the book says about this. I don't know why, but we'll roll with it. Unstable mind, not trusting your ability to calculate what is happening, unable to act, need for calm and restorative space, gather your thoughts. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, these two things, put together, this would lead to that. And it could be, again, I know that I've already mentioned about mental burnout or just, an overall like mental exhaustion. And maybe it doesn't necessarily have to do with like decision making. I mean, it certainly can be. And I was only mentioning that because we have the Two of Swords here, but it could just be, again, like truly responsibility burnout, because we're fucking adults, right? And life has a way of just lifing. And sometimes it's like, I just don't have, the capacity for this, but also at the same time, it's like you're either not given the space or you're not allowing yourself the space to just relax and recoup and give your mind a break. Even giving your mind a break from scrolling on social media or, consuming content in some capacity, because, and this is also, coming from, like, I hope I'm not necessarily like projecting, but I just literally like this morning, as I'm banking this morning, I'm like, I actually really do like need to get off of social media. I do spend too much time like scrolling, and I know that it is in part to take a break from life, right? But it's not helping. It's not making me feel fulfilled, or it's not actually giving me energy back type of thing. Like I'm literally just seeing all the ways that literally the world is fucked up. And like, so, it's not like, I'm just watching like bird videos or, just something like positive or, not even necessarily positive, but just something that helps. It's almost also too like siphoning energy away. So because we can see that, there's this figure laying here, and the way that this card is positioned, they are like about to fall on these three swords here. So really it's like by not giving yourself the space, or by not even like demanding the space, right? Like telling yourself like we need to do this for ourselves, right? Like rest, meditation, even something, whatever it is that allows your mind to take a break. Whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be just like laying around taking naps or what, if that's what you need. Yes. But it could be even, like rewatching your favorite series. It could be reading a book. It could be getting together with friends. Like revisiting a craft or a hobby that you can just kind of like get lost in. That helps your brain, like it gives your brain something to focus on, but it also even just kind of turns it off a little bit too. For however long you need to do that. Even, it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes a day, an hour longer, whatever, it is giving yourself that. Also too, because we have the 10 of Pentacles as being in the near future. So like I said at the beginning of this reading, everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to work out. I especially love that it's Pentacles and it's Earth. Obviously, Taurus being an Earth sign. Also, let's remember that Uranus is back in Taurus right now, and I think that it will be for a little while. I can't remember. I'm a Taurus sun. And I'm also like, I have Chiron conjunct my sun. So I have a 27-degree Chiron and a 28-degree Taurus sun. And I believe that Uranus is going to go back to 27 degrees. So your girl is ready for Uranus to be up out of Taurus. But there might just be like some shakeups that are still, like kind of taking place here. Decisions, of course, that need to be made. Wherever Taurus is, of course, again, for you in your chart. For me, it's my 11th house. Communities, hopes and dreams, friends, receiving recognition or love even keeps like popping into my brain. But we have a Scorpio new moon that's happening this week, and I am pretty sure that it is opposing Uranus. So there's that. But in the near future, it's like you will see things either come together, you will receive the success that you are working towards. Even, because Pentacles with Earth, right? It's the physical manifestation of something. Tens are a completion. Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time, our physical energy. Where do we physically show up in our lives? Literally anything tangible, anything that you place worth and value on. This could even be a mindset shift. this isn't necessarily all the way in the reverse. So there could just be a paradigm shift in the way that you are thinking about things. It could be that you are seeing your worth differently. This is also generational wealth and legacy, even. So again, like even what your idea of success is, that would be manifested here. It's kind of funny that this kid is like kind of showing the dog one of the pentacles. I'm pulling the cards from the bottom of the decks here. And of course, if you haven't done so already, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe to the channel. Of course, it helps me grow, and it helps YouTube kick the videos out so that more people can view them. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about even just, how we're doing this reading. If it resonates, I'd love to hear what you think. Like the video, save it, and then unsave it. I mean, I think it counts. Those are all just free ways for you to support me and the channel, and it's an energy exchange. So interesting that we have 2 8s on either side. Okay, so we have the 8 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Wands is generally like these 8 wands are usually already in the air, right? So it's about taking fast action. It's about, even unexpected communication. It's like they are already in motion. These ones, of course, because it is the before tarot, right? Like they aren't in motion yet, but it's like gearing up for. So it's also too, it's like you have the energy behind you, the motivation, the oomph to take action towards the thing. It's literally just a matter of making the decision. I'm curious because there's kind of like this lizard or gecko, whatever it is. The 8 of Wands signals a speedy onset of new developments and messages from afar. Action, swiftness, long distance communication, instant messages, electronics, speed. People used to think salamanders were creatures of fire because they would scurry out of fireplaces and fire pits, even when fires had been blazing for a while. Dang. Signals a speedy onset of new developments, new messages, new transmissions of thought and intention, new communication. I mean, it really could just be a matter of reaching out. Literally like getting information, right? Like we have this card of indecision here, right? And that is because of like whatever is happening in our minds, right? And it's almost like start to get information. For me, it's my toilet. Like I was like kind of talking about. And honestly, I have been avoiding it. Because it started leaking, blah, 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 whatever. I've just been avoiding it because my mental, right? And it's literally like, you know what? All I need to fucking do is just start getting quotes. I just need to start talking to people. I just need to start gathering information and just kind of see what I'm dealing with here. And literally, I mean, I started doing that this morning. Because, so, like wands, action, it's the motivation behind the actions that we take, creativity, passion. I also see wands as being information by way of experience, because that's what you get information by taking action towards something, or even having conversations, sending, emails, or, putting out a call for help or whatever, right? Like you receive information back. And then at that point too, you can make and informed decision versus being like, blah, 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 blah. There's all these different things. There's all these, like, like what ifs and whatever. Instead of, kind of staying in that same energy, it's, I get, like seeking out information and what it is that you have to either look forward to deal with or whatever. We have the 3 of Pentacles with the 4 of Swords. And the 3 of Pentacles is about collaboration. It could be, like calling in support from friends, like even at work, because it is Pentacles. If you need some sort of support or even to delegate tasks to other people, because I see the 3 of Pentacles as being like that, the group project card, except like most times everybody actually does their part. Like there's one common goal with the 3 of Pentacles, and then there are different people that do their part to support the goal. So it could even be hiring people. It could be, again, asking your friends for support. It could be delegating work. It could be, like having a conversation with whoever you need to have a conversation with about taking something off of your plate because you are experiencing burnout. And maybe it's something that you've been having to juggle or manage for an extended period of time, or maybe even longer than what was originally discussed. So it's like, now it's time to have that conversation about like, what are we going to do about this in the long run? Because it's not working the way that it is now. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles with the 10 of Pentacles, which I honestly love, because this is, like your work, what you are putting your physical energy into is going to be the thing that gets you to that level of success. The 8 of Pentacles is usually about repetition and, putting time, resources, materials into a thing in order to master it. Like, what is it? It takes like 2,000 hours to become a master at something. I mean, I'm sure that's different depending on the, the whatever specialty or the, whatever the word is, but it's like you have to show up and do it, right? Like you have to build the muscle memory and you have to fail also, in order to be successful. And I love too that like that they have, it's almost like they've finished building this, which is interesting that these 3 pentacles here are these 3 pentacles here. That's actually really pretty interesting. And it's like whatever comes out of this 3 of Pentacles is going to like multiply. Like there's going to be more pentacles available, which, I mean, we also know based on the 10 of Pentacles as well. And it could even just be finding your flow. Like I was saying over here about, taking something off of your plate or asking for help. Even like connecting with the right people. I love that. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.